What is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 258. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
How you doing, guys? Happy Halloween.
Carlos Romero.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Brett Murdoch.
You came into the podcast.
Oh, man. Got the punchline got cut off.
Yeah, again.
I was born here!
I was born in it.
Oh, brother.
No, brother.
Adam Vale.
It's a shame the Misfits with Glenn Danzig don't have a show tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, not even this week. Not till December 14th.
Crazy.
Fucking crazy.
Sneaking in under the cut, Mr. Brian Manjoma.
Oh, Final Fantasy 15, GTA 5, Sunset Overdrive, Halo, and now Death Stranding. How many times do I need to be right?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brian, you're just like Brexit. You come up right to the line, you're controversial as fuck.
To quote Richard Bailey Jr., we will talk about that.
Definitely talking about that.
Actually, as a matter of fact, because, the main topic is actually PlayStation 4 becoming the best-selling console, but Chris has stats for us, and he's not here, so we're going to save that for later because you guys like the charts. So, Brian, let's talk about that, man. As you correctly predicted, Death Stranding is coming to PC, baby.
By the way, very good eye, Brian.
It wasn't really a very good eye. Like, they wrote the articles like way back when.
They did.
Everyone just seems to have forgotten about it.
There is that. There were essentially everybody essentially he somehow managed to Obi-Wan Kenobi everybody and thinking that it was exclusive. But yes.
Yeah, like again, I said to myself like, okay, he never really said that it's only coming to PlayStation. Like he said, okay, we partnered with PlayStation to bring the game there. I'm like, okay. So I'm assuming that's coming to PC. And then there was an article way back when that said that, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe like 2 weeks later, everyone just forgot that thing existed. And then everyone just said, okay, it's PlayStation exclusive. I'm like, no, but this article says otherwise, unless I'm wrong. And then just things kept on building over time, and then...
Wasn't one of them the whole box art thing?
That's what I remember you talking about, yeah.
First came the thing with Valve. The thing with Gabe, where like... You know how when Hideo Kojima takes a photo with someone, it has something to do with the game?
Yes.
You know? There was a photo with him and Gabe, and I was like, this seems a bit odd. Like, why him of all people? Like, makes no sense. And then, again,
celebrity, man.
Yeah. And then, of course, the box art, and I was like, it makes no sense why they would leave it out there if it's a exclusive, because that's what they do. They print that on there so that people know that it's only available there. So why is it not on the box art? And some people kept on saying that, oh, Brian, you're just seeing things and all sorts. I'm like, I'm not seeing things. It's there. Like explain that.
Or rather, it's not there.
Brian, they were telling you were seeing things in the future.
You know? And then, of course, there was that quote where the guy came out and said, oh, yeah, we have no plans to bring it to other platforms. That's just bullshit. Like, remember when Bethesda did the same thing with Skyrim and the Switch? Where they were like, hey, I'm sorry, but there's no Switch version of Skyrim. Blah blah blah, and then look what we have now. Like 2 months later, it comes out. Like they do that just to fuck with you. Like I will never take anything like that serious. If ever a company comes out and says, "Oh, we have no plans to bring this game to other platforms," most likely they are lying to us. Yeah, and then now it's here, and PlayStation fanboys have a meltdown. It was hilarious.
So I have a question.
Uh-oh.
So Gabe, like you mentioned Gabe Newell, was it? Yo, man, I see that.
Yeah, I got a lollipop. It's Halloween, man.
Oh, man.
Yo, Tony, you like putting shit in your mouth, son?
Oh, it's good. It's good.
All right, go ahead.
So you mentioned Gabe Newell. Has this been announced for any PC platform, or did they just say, "Oh, this is for PC"?
So far, it's nothing. So no real platform yet, but again,
man, I hope it comes exclusive to the Epic Store.
Yo, I want to see the downfall.
Go crazy.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my god, I would love that, man. But Brian, you touched on. I want to get to it. The fanboy reaction, man. The fanboys, the PlayStation ponies specifically, lost their fucking minds, man. They're like, "Oh, I'm canceling my pre-order. I've been betrayed by Kojima."
Why?
What the fuck is wrong?
Can somebody explain this to me, please? Like, honestly and genuinely, please explain to me why, in logical terms.
It's logical. That's the problem. You can't. It's stupid.
No, and that's why I'm saying, like, can anybody explain to me in fucking logical terms why somebody else getting to play with something means that you don't want to play with it?
By the way, just full disclosure, I had to put my Twitter on semi-private mode this week because I said, like, hey, guys, you realize you can still play the game, right? I got a bunch of crazy people coming after me, so I had to kind of shut my shit down a little. Like, what the hell is wrong with you people, man?
I'm genuinely wondering, and maybe I'm just turning into an old gamer and, like, it's a generational thing. Like, what happens when you raise an entire generation of people with digital stuff that can be infinitely replicated, so you never actually have to learn the concept of fucking sharing something. Not sharing something like sharing a download or sharing a torrent, but sharing something by actually giving it up yourself to somebody else. Because people seem so stuck on now the idea of, like, whether or not somebody has access to something. Like, nobody's even taking it away from you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But I said, I just find it funny. They're like, they felt betrayed. This is the same shit you heard when Cliff Bleszinski announced his game exclusively for PlayStation. Like, we like, you made your name on our platform. How dare you leave? Like, what the
Have you
fuck?
never, like, had to share a cookie or something? Like,
man,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, but
like,
that's what they're saying about Kojima. Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
It is, and it's. I think the thing that bothers me is, like, there's intellect, and then there's emotional intellect, and, like, the amount of emotional intellect that people are displaying is borderline retarded. I don't care. I'm using that word.
Oh man, it makes no sense.
Is there a reason? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
not even to make sense. Like, just walk me through the fucking. Just walk me through the thought process so I can try and see something from this person's point of view.
Brett, the
like,
problem is
it can't be all stupid.
No, they are
right.
stupid.
Like, it can't be just this amalgamous gas giant of stupid. Like, there has to be a core to it of something that's not pure stupid, right? Like,
all right. I mean, here's one thing. You take it how you will. One of the reasons is, and none of these guys will admit it, they lost ammo in the console war. As stupid as that is, now they can't say we have this game on our shit. They lost ammo. And remember, a lot of these guys see consoles as like a home team, like a sports team. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in that sense, I still think that's stupid. But that's the only.
What do you mean? You said you're all about PS4, that life. So that's your home base.
Yeah, but I'll still fuck with other systems. I'll still fuck with other systems. I'm playing Call of Duty on PC. I don't care.
Yeah, like,
you know.
Well, there's a reason you're doing that.
Yeah.
The idea that you would deprive yourself of a fun experience simply because other people get to do it. Like, the only way that I can wrap my brain around this is just pure, unadulterated elitism.
Yes.
Like, honestly, I feel like I'm better than these. If the filthy masses get their hands on this, then it means I'm just too good for it. But, like, that is such a weird. That's almost like a vilified, like, Disney-esque kind of evil. Like, that's like a Disney-esque kind of narcissism where someone's like wringing their hands and be like, if these people all have it, then why would I want it? Like, what kind of weird, crazy person do you have to be to actually feel that way? And that makes me then follow up with, really? Is that really the reason? Because somebody give me a better reason than the fact that you all are just a bunch of elitists that get your jollies off of being able to have something that other people don't.
Yeah, and that's part of it. Obviously, I agree with that. And also, they lost they lost ammo. You know, that's the other thing, because now they can't lord that over the Xbox guys. Xbox guys had a field day, like, oh, your shit ain't exclusive, you motherfuckers.
Is that important enough to cancel your pre-order, though?
Yeah, no.
To not play the fucking game?
It's retarded. It makes no sense. Like, okay, so you're not this game that you've been hyping up for fucking years. Now that other people are going to get to play, you're not going to play it anymore. That makes no sense. You know, but this is shit we got to deal with gamers, man. It's fucking dumb. You know? So, Brett, there is no logic to it. It's just stupid. You know?
I just feel like there has to be a thought process. Like, not even a thought process, just a sequence of stupid thoughts that leads you to that place. Because even then, like, normally I can kind of find it, you know, figure out a stupid thought. Or figure out why somebody did something idiotic. Like, oh, they were hungry, or they were desperate, or they were scared, or they were just being malicious. Like, this just seems like I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot for a misplaced pride to a company that makes me pay for everything and has no idea who I am. Like it's the kind of ridiculousness that honestly you see satired in, like, I'm playing the Outer Worlds right now, and like you see it satirized there, and you're like, wow, just the fact that people are like, I'm resigning my life to this, even though it makes me miserable.
Yeah.
Or doing so makes me miserable, and you're like, why? Like, we make fun of this kind of behavior.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad you bring up the Outer Worlds, because remember, Obsidian is owned by Xbox now, or Microsoft, right? When the Outer Worlds 2 comes out, you think I'm going to be like, oh, fuck, I can't play it now. It's another system. I'll play it on the other system. I don't give a fuck. You know? Who cares? People are stupid, man.
Yeah, I never understood any of this sort of stuff. It's like, yes, I do, like the like, I guess they really wanted to just be something that's just exclusive to them and just not on anywhere else. But it's like, come on, as many people as can play it as possible is fine, and especially for Kojima's studio, which is a smaller studio, they would probably want to spread themselves as far as possible.
I mean, I get that idea if this were fucking brownies, but like, this is an intangible thing that the more people that enjoy it, the more chances you get for seconds.
Yeah.
If nobody enjoys this and nobody plays it, nobody's gonna make another one. They're not gonna give Kojima free reign to do whatever. Like, if you like what Kojima does and like what this game is, you gotta vote with your wallet. You're going backwards, people. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to derail.
Oh, please.
It's a finite resource.
Wait, hold on. What are you derailing? You're on point, man. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Oh, I just feel like I jumped on Manny's toes. I didn't know.
No, that's not. I mean, I didn't feel like you.
Why are you jumping on his toes, man? What the fuck?
I don't know.
You know.
I'm angry and I'm yelling a lot. I'm trying to make sure other people get a chance to talk, because it's just. This is not a finite resource.
You're echoing all of our sentiments, man. Whoa. Is that Chris, man?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, brother?
I want to hear his side.
Yeah, I want to hear his side too, man.
My side of what?
Just go. No, we're not telling you. Just go.
I'm outraged.
Death Stranding coming to PC. PlayStation ponies losing their minds. Canceling pre-orders. Go.
Oh, okay. I'm outraged. My statement stands.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't. It whatever. So more people get to play it. I'm not gonna complain about.
But
people are canceling their pre-orders because of it.
No, that's fucking stupid. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Okay, so like, maybe this will make even Brian play it, you know? It's like, what? How the fuck are you gonna argue with that? Cancel my pre-order. Shut up.
Brian's gonna play that shit 2 years after he comes out, though.
Hey man, it might be a pretty decent way to test out your graphics card. Here's the biggest thing that I thought was interesting on there. So this is going to be a PC game.
Yes.
Which we've never seen Guerrilla Games' engine running on a PC.
Yeah, Decima.
Ever.
Yeah.
So, and I mean that their engine is supposedly made specifically for PS4 to take advantage of certain things that it has, right? So now, what does that look like? What would that look like now with like real-time lighting and all kinds of other crazy stuff that a lot of the new graphics cards have now?
Well, isn't it 505 or something? Aren't they doing one converting?
No, they are the publisher. They're not
tweaking it or anything.
No. If it's Kojima, if of Kojima's the way he did it last time is any sign of what's going to happen in the future on Metal Gear 5, his people went in there and made that thing work for the PC.
Yeah.
Like the PC came out, maybe a little bit later, but it's still it was his guys that went in and tweaked it, and so that it could use higher resolutions and all kinds of other things. So. Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, you should be excited to see the Decima engine on PC. It's going to be crazy.
And the other thing is that if you think about it, it could also mean that they're kind of prepping for a certain fifth PlayStation.
A PlayStation 5 maybe.
Yes, because think about it. Like like I don't know. I don't know how high resolution how high resolution Death Stranding is even on a PlayStation Pro. It's probably not going to be running at running at 4K.
Yeah,
right?
and on
Like,
PS5,
on
8K, baby.
So what will? So I'm thinking that's maybe a little bit of future proofing too. Where it's like, okay, we got this thing working, at higher resolutions with all these, all kinds of new lighting features and all kinds of other things. So who knows?
No, I think you're right on the money on. I mean, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, should be interesting, man. Oh, by the way, but they didn't give us anything specific. We don't really know what platform it's coming on. We don't know anything about the specs or anything like that.
No, we don't know anything. The only thing that we got was a loose release date, which was like summer 2020.
Yeah, something like that.
So,
No, not
Brian,
loose date. They say February.
I thought it was snow. I thought it was summer.
No, well, I mean, let's look this up. I thought it was coming like.
I thought it was summer 2020. I could be wrong.
I could be wrong.
I think it's like a year.
We have the
internet,
It's like
man,
a full year.
Yeah, we should look it up though.
It's something like that.
Because I remember I was like, hold on, it's not a year?
Yeah, it's a year.
Really? Let's look this up.
So it's like, unless you really want to wait, I don't think people are going to say that. They'll just pick it up on a PS4 if they have a PS4.
Oh, no,
it seems generally right.
But yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, quarter two, 2020. So that's that
like April-ish?
April, June, that window.
Yeah, early summer. That's what it said.
Summer. Yeah.
All right, so we're good. So yeah,
That's a pretty small exclusivity window, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's not a full year, which is interesting. But again, it is funny, as Brian pointed out. They literally said this in 2015. This game's coming to PC. They said it.
Look, even like the thing is, when they come out and they're like, "We have no plans for this game to come to PC," that's when everybody yells at them and they go, "Okay, there's a fan base," and then they make it for PC. It's happened. It always happens like that. For some reason, like the PC guys have to like go on a Twitter war to get games made for their console, their system.
No, but then they announced this before that. Like this was like they announced like way like 2-3 years ago that it's coming to PC.
Yeah.
No, I know, and they said it was coming to PC, and then they said they had no plans for it to come to PC. Not that it wasn't coming to PC; they had no plans for it to come to PC, which is basically them like wink, nudge, elbow, like come on, fan base, get angry, send a bunch of letters so that the publishers know that we should release this on PC, and they get a bunch of letters and they release it on PC. It's I think that happened with Dark Souls too, actually.
Oh, really?
I have a question for Brian.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
I know you knew like 20 years ago that this was coming out for PC, but does this game coming out when high-profile games like these like get announced for PC, like Red Dead and stuff, like does it motivate you? Does it motivate you more to play the game, or do you still just feel the same about it?
I feel the same way because I'm at a point where I can, if I want to play a game, then I'll play the game. Period. So regardless of platform or whatever, like I can buy an Xbox now. I have a Switch. I have a PS4. I have a PC. So if I want to play a game, I'll just play it. So yeah, I'm not really too fussed. It has no effect on me. Like I don't really care if it's on a platform. Like as I said, I got Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War. They're on PS4. They're not coming to PC. I want to play them, so I got them, and then I'll play them. I'm a very simple man.
What? You just if you couldn't play it on the platform that you wanted, you played it on another platform?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like I'll play it on the platform that it's available on. If I can't play it on the platform I want.
What sorcery is this?
But if you're doing that, would you have time to bitch and cry on the internet, Brian?
Unfortunately, I don't, man. It's a weird side effect.
Ooh, I guess you have to cut the time from somewhere.
Yeah, right.
You gotta have something.
Gotta have something.
It just sucks that he has to spend his time enjoying himself gaming instead of bitching on the internet.
Damn shame, man. Damn shame. All right. Any last thoughts on Death Stranding coming to PC?
Sure. Why not?
No, Manny, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sure, why not?
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. That's your last thoughts.
That's my final thoughts. Like, sure, why not?
Yeah,
I might not
I think Manny speaks for the whole podcast.
Yeah, he
with
does.
that.
He does. Yeah, sure, why
Yeah.
not?
I might not get to play this game till the second quarter of 2020. So
Yo, hey, listen, listen. Maybe you should just wait.
maybe
Just wait for the butter PC version.
the butt of it.
Watch Carlos go to fucking Korea during that time too.
He's like, oh man, I'm gonna leave again on the.
Gotta leave
I don't
again.
know how this happened,
bro.
man.
Bro, I gotta go, bro.
I gotta go, bro.
All of a sudden, you sound extra Mexican.
Yeah. You know?
It's like it's like the impression. It's hilarious because it's literally him doing impression of himself of us doing an impression of him,
Yeah.
sounding more Mexican.
Yeah. It's hilarious. All right. I shifted things around, Chris, because we need them charts, baby. So Sony's financials came out this week. I didn't even know they were coming, and surprise, surprise, the PlayStation 4 is now the second best-selling console of all time.
Of all time.
Of all times. You know, obviously the first is PlayStation 2. But yeah, it's as a matter of fact, if you go for worldwide, out of the top 5 systems that are the best sellers of all time, every PlayStation system is on the top 5. All of them. PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. The Wii's like the odd duck in there, you know, in the middle.
Yeah, it's in number 3.
Yeah, so hit us with them charts, man. What's going on with these financials, man?
Well, the quarter is interesting for Sony because they didn't do as well as last year, but it still is doing pretty well. Let me how do I share screen on this thing?
There's a little.
Well, they don't have Spider-Man this time. They had Spider-Man last time, didn't they?
Yeah, they had Spider-Man last time. So, Chris, on your screen, when you like you highlight it over like where our little boxes are, there should be a little thing that the first one should say "Turn on share screen."
Oh, there you go. Thank you. All right,
people, hit this. Is what you want, man. You love these charts.
Let's full screen this.
Full screen, right. Yo. Chris, can you hit just F11 so it takes up the whole thing, or
it's gonna do that?
Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
I also don't want people looking at your tabs. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's all that porn you got there, man?
Oh no, the porn. Now, okay, so you can see here I broke down each segment of Sony. So, I always remind people, Sony's a big company. They don't just make video games. You know, they have Sony Pictures, they have a music division, they have imaging, they have their electronic products outside of PlayStation, like the Bravia TVs, they make stereos, they make semiconductors, they make all sorts of other stuff. And in Japan, they actually have financial services that they charge for.
You could get some Sony insurance.
Yeah, you could get health insurance from Sony, but only in Japan. So that makes them revenue. So as you can see here, I broke down each segment. PlayStation is is second, but this was the same last year. It's the second best. Shut up, Windows. It's the second best performing thing outside of their electronics division. So their electronics brings in a big part of revenue, but PlayStation is close behind it. And PlayStation encompasses hardware, software titles, and network services, which counts PlayStation Plus, PS Now, PS View, well, soon to not be PS View, and so
too soon, Chris.
It's not dead yet, man. But it's we'll talk about that. So they had about a 17.4% drop in net sales for PlayStation compared to last year, and that's probably due to the announcement of PS5. This generation is ending, right? Things are slowing down, so that's expected. So their hardware sales dipped. I think their network services was up. So overall, where's my other sheet? So you can see here. So PS4 hardware, this is in millions of dollars. So this is like 1.172 billion in hardware sales, right? For Q2 last year. Q2 this year, it's about 730.4 million. So it's a difference of almost 38% drop in hardware sales, and software sales also saw a drop. It's almost 3 billion last year. It's 2.36 billion this quarter, so it's a 19% decrease. But in terms of network services, they had a 11% increase in network services. So you have more people engaging, signing up. Either, I don't know if it's PS Now that surge. They don't break it down that deep. When I show you um, I'll show you the supplemental chart here. So if we go down to just games and network services, so this is a breakdown of everything in PlayStation's world. They don't separate out PS Plus, PS Now, PS View. They just have it all lumped on the network services. But what I do like about this chart, and this is a call out to Microsoft. You see how their sales numbers here? How I could see hardware and software sales? Yes, please do that, so we can not conjecture and just see this shit. So what we have is for hardware, last year about 3.9 million units sold, versus 2.8 this last quarter. You had 75 million full game units sold. Well, I assume that's just counting. Well, that's counting physical and digital, because they break down below that 20% of those sales are digital. This quarter it was 61.3 million. And 37% of those sales were digital. So their digital sales are, even though they fluctuate, if you look at the whole fiscal year 2018 till now, actually last quarter 53% of their total software sales were digital, and so that's huge. So that it's increasing slowly. And what do we got? PlayStation Plus subscribers, 34.3 million subscribers last quarter. It's up to 36.9 million. So that explains their increase in network services revenue. So while hardware is slowing down, they have more engagement with their services, so that's why that's going up.
Pretty
Man,
crazy.
man.
But yeah, it's like I really like the part where you said like it's like Microsoft needs to start doing this shit. It's like, but the thing is with Microsoft, they do it with everything but Xbox.
Yes, I could, if we were to, not that we would, if I was to talk about Windows sales or Azure, right? They got all those details there. I go to Xbox, I can't find shit except just some sales number, like net sales. That's it. I can't find, like, I can't do these type of breakdowns. Like, I can show you hardware, software. You see the charts here, and for the people on the on SoundCloud, you can't see this, but I have charts showing the difference between Q2 last year and the current quarter, the decrease but the increase in network services. And I can even break down all their segments here. If I was to make this pie for Microsoft, I could show you everything except Xbox would just be a big hole in the pie because they don't explain anything. Yeah, so is there anything else you guys want to go over with this?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty thorough. I mean, what is your takeaway on it? Like, because the way I see it, like, things are slowing down because, like, the new generations coming and all that. And then you and I were talking about how many more can it sell. I don't think it's gonna get, I don't think it's gonna reach a PS2. That's just ridiculous. But it already outsold the Wii, which is really interesting. And I agree with your assessment that it's probably gonna sell maybe 120 million. Lifetime sales.
I think if they're smart, they will start they'll cut the price back a lot. I was actually, there was another podcast I was listening to, and they were complaining that the Xbox digital edition, the Xbox One S digital, like they only just lowered it to 200, and these guys were like, why don't you lower it to 150 and bundle it with shit, and it actually would sell. So I think Sony's can capitalize on that, make some bundles, drop the price more, and then get those last units out. You push that out before PS5, but everything's going to slow down because, and you've said this before, people know PS5 is coming, they're going to wait.
Yep.
and it's backwards compatible. What are they? They're not going to lose anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. In fact, at least my thought on the whole thing is that I think that people will be more inclined to adopt the PS5 if it's fully backward compatible. Like for me, if it's like, all right, I don't need this old one anymore, and just
So,
box it
Manny,
up.
you would actually be willing, because you don't do this normally. You would be
I don't
willing,
do this normally, but
you would be willing to get on day one if it's backwards compatible.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'd be willing to get it because
Makes
the thing
sense.
is that there's nothing I need to other than, I mean, because I wasn't about to go buy another what is it, another PS4 for the
Yeah.
Pro, because I'm like, it didn't seem like it. I still run everything on a 1080p television, so it doesn't really matter that much other than some small performance adjustments, right? But I'd be more. But if it's just going to ease me over into it, yeah, hell yeah, I'll do it.
There'll probably
But
be some trade-in stuff.
but also again, price point also is a big factor too for me. So it's like
Yeah.
if it's gonna be an expensive console, I may think twice about jumping over.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a little bit too. Something related to that topic. But yeah, Sony financials. When is the next one expected? I'm guessing, like, are we gonna get another one this year? Because it's already pretty late in the year.
No, so the Q3 ends December 31st, but that will have holiday numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
So that'll be the big one. So we can talk about that on the show closer to the end of January when they release that report to the public.
We can talk
okay.
about
And I'll break down those numbers, yeah. But PlayStation still is a significant part of Sony's business. If you look at the this chart on the right, Q2 2019, is 20.8% of their revenue comes from PlayStation, which is huge. I mean, look, it's double their music, almost double Sony Pictures.
Wow.
Like it's still a significant part of their business. It's decreasing now because the hardware sales are slowing down, but it was even more last year.
Yeah, should be. It's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that'll be January, a little bit after we come back from our little holiday break. So good stuff, man.
It'll be, and that'll have Death Stranding, and it'll have all that stuff on there, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not Last of Us though.
No, Last of Us is coming.
No, Last of Us pushed back. Yeah.
They pushed that shit back.
Well, when I do the numbers for their fiscal year, which will come out in April, then it should be in that one.
Interesting. All right, moving on here to EA games are returning to Steam. There have been no EA games on Steam since 2011. And this is
That's
interesting.
crazy.
But I'm reading this headline from The Verge. It says EA games are returning to Steam along with the EA Access subscription service. So you get both of them. And the first game that's going to be available on Steam, EA game is going to be the Star Wars game, Fallen Order. So, Brian, I want your take on this.
This is easy. We knew this was happening, man.
Brian, where you at? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just shocked by it. Like, I never thought that it would happen.
What?
It's EA. Well, it's EA. Like,
come
never
on.
made any sign of doing it. And plus, okay, to be honest, I never knew how well the store was doing, so hence I couldn't really say anything because I had no idea. But I'm guessing that they just want their reach back, or they
Wait.
want some sort of influence back.
Wasn't
I don't know.
wasn't Titanfall on Steam?
Nope.
No.
No, it was all Origins,
It
right?
was Origin, yeah.
Ever since Battlefield 3.
The last year, since once they started launching Origin, but I knew that shit was gonna happen. Though. We all knew
I
this.
thought the last EA game on Steam was Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Oh shit!
Damn, yeah, I said 2011. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I guess because I played Titanfall on the PC, and I guess I played it on Origin.
Now, my question is, and this could be speculative on you guys' parts if you want it to be, why do you think this is happening?
It's money. It's the Star Wars didn't make money. Battlefront didn't make any money. And they were like, shit, we have to sell. So we have to go to where the crowd is. And the crowd is on Steam or Epic. And they're definitely not dealing with Epic because they're competing with them. They have their Apex game. There's no way fucking Epic's going to let Apex, one of their, another free competing game for that Battle Royale space. They're not going to do that. So they're like, all right, shit. All right, well, we got to jump on somebody else. And that's what they're going to do. How many people do you know are using Origin and on the PC? And
Yeah, right.
that's their main thing. That's it's just not there. They don't have that install base. It never took off, and they thought it was going to take off once they were like, hey, and think about it. If you look at the big picture, yeah, it should have. In theory, you got FIFA. That's pretty much the only big soccer game you can get. You got Madden. That's another very popular series, and the only one with the NFL branding. Just those two alone, you're like, shit, we got this. But it just didn't work that way. And then they were like, all right, well, the icing on the cake is we got Star Wars. So that's got to be it. And that still didn't lure people in. So do you want to take that chance with this low install base and this low percentage of subs with that on your network with a big title like this? Or do you say, you know what? Let's fucking play nice. Let's get with another big online presence service like Steam, because they're different now going Epic. And let's see if we can sell some copies. And sure enough, the wake of that points that all this I just said is accurate is when you load up Steam, boom, a big Star Wars Jedi pre-order thing pops up. That's what this is all about, and that's why they said, oh yeah, later down the road, all the other games will come out. Because if this was like, hey, we want everything, we want to tie you guys in together, all their old back catalog would be linked, and then they still have to tie in Origin, because that's the other catch. Origin, that service that they have, the pay service, I forgot what they call it on PC, because it's got like 3 different names on different platforms, but the pay version is also going to be linked on Steam, and they're bragging about how that's the first pay sub service that's linked to Steam. So it's like you'll be able to buy the game through Steam and have it, or you can buy it through their EA service, but that's also linked to Steam, so you'll still have the same friends list and all that jazz. So
yeah, I mean, Steam has kind of installed itself as the Walmart of video game.
I mean, it's there. That's it. So I mean, especially if you're trying to show good face to Disney and all of them and say, hey, we can sell this. All right, well, put it in front of people, and well, there's a large majority of people over at Steam. So I saw this shit happening, man. Just even before this, even with FIFA, when they would report that the numbers weren't there and people aren't playing it on PC, it's always been console based. I'm like, you know why, right? Because you have your own fucking private server shit. Nobody wants that.
Mm-hmm.
FIFA used to be on Steam, and it was fine. And then all of a sudden, they yanked all their shit, and they're like, "Oh, we got Origin now. Come by and make a new friends list and all that shit."
Everybody, this is funny because everybody tried to be their own version of Steam, right?
Oh yeah.
And they all end up coming back. Ubisoft did the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. They still have it. And they have their pre. And I've eventually see them also going back to one or the other. Right now, it's like they're playing nice, and they've been putting slowly more games back on Steam. Mm-hmm. But then they still have those weird exclusive deals with Epic.
So yeah, I wonder if they're going to bring their entire back catalog to Steam now too.
They should.
They said they will in 2020. They said all the FIFAs and all that stuff are coming, but even the back catalog is also going to come. But that's sometime in 2020. Right now, they're just focusing on the Star Wars game and the 2020 version of Madden and FIFA. The newer shit.
Yeah, makes sense.
But then after that, then you do all the other stuff. But then, of course, they're also trying to get all those people that are on Steam to jump on their paid service. Because like, hey, look, we're playing nice. Now we're all on Steam. So now you don't have to switch over, and all your buddies are there, and you can still talk to them with the overlay and all that stuff. But, go ahead, pay us the $5 or whatever this shit costs, if you want to play all our older stuff. But at least you're part of the same ecosystem. And that's what it comes down to. And that's what we talk about, why so many people pick one console over the other and this and that, especially when, they're pretty much the same hardware. It's because of the ecosystem. People want to play with their friends, and they get accustomed to certain things, and they're like, just like how shit works here.
Yeah, you get used to it,
That's it. It's no different than anything else in life. Why do we go to certain bars? Why do you go to Barcade instead of the local bar down the block?
I like it, yeah. I remember we talked about this. Like, how come you don't go to the Barcade on 23rd? Because, like, that's not my Barcade. That's why.
That's not your Barcade. That's what I'm saying. It's like, they got Debbie, who's fucking rude, and she fucking waters down all the beers and drinks. Yeah. But then if you go to the other one, Jimmy, he don't give 2 shits. Yeah, he's like, I'm a little thirsty. He's like, you know what? And I'm a little nice. And he gives you an extra pint just for that. And that's why you go to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's happened. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Mike at Barcade, who's going to be at the King Diamond show with me and Manny.
Oh, King Diamond!
Wow.
I've been on the King Diamond kick lately. That's all I've been listening to.
It's crazy, man. But yeah, no, you're right. You go where where you're most comfortable, where everybody. That's how it is, man.
Wait, you like to go where everybody
knows your name, baby.
knows your name.
Copyright.
No, it's okay if we're singing.
Okay.
You just can't play the shit because we
well,
sound.
we sing off key anyway, so it don't matter.
And speaking of that, I found out that there's. I guess I didn't know this. There is always a way to work around all of this. You can play a song, but then right after you have to acknowledge the artist and then give a quick review and just say like, "This is a great song. I love this song."
Interesting.
And that's it. And you can get away with it because then it counts as a review.
Oh,
As long as you acknowledge the artist and you say something about the track, it counts as a review, so they can't come after you.
That's the algorithm.
There you go. That's it.
Manny, throw that shit at the end of all your art streams.
Yeah, right.
That's
I really
it, yeah.
love this song by Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly.
Every
Yeah.
time, man, you get a copyright strike for this guy's art streams. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. All right, man, we're moving on here. Microsoft announces an upgrade plan for Xbox Scarlet, which is actually pretty smart. So yeah, basically, and I'll be honest, I didn't read this full thing, but basically the plan is like once the system comes out, you're going to be able to like pay for it like in monthly installments, like a cell phone, right? And this goes back to the shit we were talking before. I am still of the honest belief that $500, $600 console is too much for the average gamer. But if you pay that shit for $20 a month, that's a different story. People are willing to do that.
Layaway.
Layaway, yeah.
People are gonna jump on this shit, boy. What?
I would not have an issue with the price point if there was a plan like that. I mean,
And
$20, $30 if
Manny,
you include Game Pass.
and I'm tying it all together because you were saying, the price has to be right. What if the PlayStation, theoretically speaking, costs $600, but you only have to pay $20 a month?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, to be honest, it's like if you guys are into collectibles, it's a site called Sideshow Collectibles.
Oh yeah.
There they have a system where you can essentially, there'll be like $1,000 toy there or something, like $1,000 statue, all kinds of crazy stuff. But what you can do is you can have that spread out to every single month. So you can have this little payment plan until you can finally pay it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, I want to read this.
Here's the thing, though.
Go ahead, Brett. Go ahead.
When you pay it in monthly installment fees, like it's always about 20% more expensive.
At the end, yeah.
It could be. Now that's what.
For at least for Sideshow, they don't do that. They just you have your they.
Well, yeah, for Sideshow, you got to pay it off first, and then you get it.
You get what is it, the non-refundable portion of it. Like in other words, you have that initial payment that's like $20 or something, and then you have your plan, which it's a portion of it. It's still a part of the same price though.
There's also like
do they send it to you before you finish paying for it? Like,
No, they don't. They never do.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. Like cell phones and whatnot, like they'll be happy to put you on a payment plan, but if you do the math on the payment plan, you're paying $200 more.
Yeah, and I mean that's probably because of the other thing is like obviously because you're not getting you're getting the phone there and then as opposed to getting it later.
Yeah, exactly. You have to build in for loss, and yeah, they'll be able to remote brick your system if you don't pay.
Yeah.
So they can at least work it that way. But
you didn't pay your bill.
That was one of the running jokes. Like, they'll fucking just cut off your consoles. Like, oh well, too bad. No gaming.
It's like turning off the electricity.
Screw that. But you know what? They don't give a fucking shit. We had talked about this from the 360 era. I don't know if you remember. They sent out pamphlets. And this is more emails or shit that I used to get.
Of course.
And it was like, hey, it was like you could. And I think this happened in Kansas because they said it was certain parts in the Midwest where there were some cable companies which had the option to offer you a 360 and you could do payment plans on it. So that way you can own, so you can own the 360. And this is something they had tried before, but now they're deciding to launch it under their brand. So it's not like, oh, well, you got to go through your cable company, work a deal out with them. Now it's contact Microsoft Direct and you can do this.
Well, they're
through their stores and stuff. What was that?
They're going to partner with Best.
Oh no, I'm sure they're going to partner with everybody. But right now, to try to keep the costs low, because they're offering $20 plus $10, and then like we talked about the other fees, we don't know what those other fees are.
Yeah,
if they're going to put any tax on besides the tax, but any of that extra fees
By
on
the
top
way,
of it. But
I do want to read this. This is from Eurogamer because there's a little bit of a caveat with this. It's not too crazy, but basically, and again, reading this from Eurogamer, Microsoft has announced an upgrade option for the next Xbox console. It's part of the relaunched Xbox All Access, which lets you spread the cost of a console out over a series of monthly payments. Players in the UK and the US who buy an Xbox One S with Xbox All Access can upgrade to Project Scarlet once it goes on sale holiday 2020, and they've already made 18 payments. If you get an Xbox One X with Xbox All Access, however, you could upgrade to Project Scarlet after you've made 12 payments, which means you could upgrade when the next Xbox console comes out in holiday 2020. So you need Xbox All Access for this.
so you got to do that now. If they want to get into that program, they got to start this month, because I'm assuming it's either going to come out like November, and then that'll be 12 months right there. And then poof, you get it. So, but I think for a large majority of people that don't have that money up front, especially now during the holidays, and that's the whole reason why these cell phones, when people are like, oh, look, they always get these cell phones, they're rich. They don't have the money for it. They do these payments, and then when the new one comes in, they just trade that shit in and they keep it going.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's
So I didn't know how Xbox Access worked. I'm reading this. I'll read it to you guys because again I'm learning about this. Xbox All Access lets you buy an Xbox One X for as low as 18, whatever the fuck they use over in England, for 24 months.
Pounds,
quid. Let's go with quid. I like quid.
Squiggly dudes.
Yeah. Xbox All Access lets you buy an Xbox One X for as low as 18 quid for 24 months. That's roughly $20, I guess. You can choose between Xbox One X, Xbox One S, and Xbox One S all digital bundles. I didn't know they had bundles for this. Very interesting.
So basically, the program is already it's already started. Like you already start to make payments on a regular Xbox, and when the next one comes out, you can upgrade it if you've made all your payments on time.
Yes, exactly.
Smart.
Yeah, that is smart. Sony, I'm just saying, you may want to pay attention to this.
I know this is like a weird thing to say, but it's like for me, when I'm thinking about someone getting a layaway plan for an Xbox One S, and I'm like, that shit's fucking adorable.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
It's like, for this.
Create a new faction of Gamer War.
My layaway plan better than yours, son.
Yo, man, you can't even afford an Xbox One X.
Yo, man, I bet you rent.
You know what?
I got the X and you got the S, man. You ain't shit.
But you know what? This
bro, I bet you renting. You renting, ain't you, bro? I bet you renting.
Yeah. By the way, that actually already happened. Some owners of the Xbox One X made fun of the guys who had lower Xboxes. Like, you guys ain't shit. You playing on that?
It's always going to be that. It's like, oh, you only got regular Reeboks. You don't got the pumps.
Like, damn, man, yo.
Your parents are poor.
It's like, yo, man, you don't got Air Jordans. You got Patrick Ewings.
Yeah, right.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. No,
you got the black tops.
Adam just said it. There's a whole generation of parents.
Say that again, bro. You kind of a whole generation of
I said Adam hit the nail on the head. This generation, your parents are poor.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's it.
By the way, pro tip for those that shouldn't, like, I would suggest all of you guys and everyone I know not to. Well, I don't know the details of this layaway plan that Microsoft is doing, but if they charge interest, I would just suggest applying for either a PayPal credit or Amazon credit, and you could probably get the new console and just pay it in 6 months and don't get charged any interest.
I was about to say, I love the fact that this.
Oh, I cut off on the punchline, Brett.
Oh, I love the fact that this already exists. It's called credit.
Yeah.
And then this is where Adam goes, yo, man, that's why I got me a PlayStation credit card.
There you go.
Did you get the emails?
I used to use it all the time, and then they started being stingy. They lowered my percentage of what I would get back.
No.
So instead of the $10 and $15 a month I was getting, I get like $5.
Like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, man. I used to use that and be able to buy games.
Get my money.
By the way, this is interesting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can use you can use a credit card. Like, I know.
You got money.
Oh, no. It sounds like no, because most of my credit ain't good. But like, at the same time, I'm aware as somebody who doesn't have great credit, that if somebody comes along and offers to give me credit, they're gonna take an arm and a leg when they do it.
Yeah.
Like anybody who's like, yeah, we're not gonna worry about your credit, blah blah blah. Like, motherfucker, you're taking $200 out of my pocket. I feel it. I know you're doing it.
Like, man, I see you doing that right now, man.
Yo, man,
Yeah.
I can see you sucking it out of my hand right now.
You got telekinesis, man. By the way, DJ Chan says that on Sony rewards for trophies are out on November 7th. What's that? Like, you're gonna get money?
That was
and
on
shit?
it was the thing that Adam was doing for a while, and Riku was saying it was trash.
Yo.
Riku was saying it was trash. Essentially, what it is that whenever you earn a trophy or you earn a platinum, you get a little something extra, like you get like money that you could like fake money to kind of spend it on something. But in order to really be able to buy anything, you kind of have to do a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, it's something that Microsoft has been doing now also, where they'll tie it through like Chivos and achievements and stuff like, hey, you get 200 points, which converts into under $1. It's like 50 cents, 75 cents and stuff like that. But it all adds up. And they do this, at least on the Xbox end, to get you to play games. They link them to Game Pass games. So while I was playing Gears, I was earning all these little things that were popping up, and then I would get back to my buddy emails. I'd get these emails, yo, you just earned 500 Microsoft reward points, and it was like, yeah, you can use this toward games and other things. And I remember I had like 6,000 or something before, and that gave me 1 month of Xbox Game Pass. Something like that, but yeah, that's what they're trying to bring now on the Sony end. But again,
they didn't, because it really doesn't. It was only really. I guess they kept saying it was a limited time, but yeah, now it's not happening no more.
So yeah, it would be cool if both of these companies do some shit like that, they could jack up that price for the console for whatever the fuck they want. People pay for it. Think about it. Motherfuckers are buying $1,000 phones because they only have to pay a couple of dollars a month,
Not a couple of dollars a month, but
yeah, a Dominican couple, man. Between 2 and 20, All right, where the fuck are we? Oh yeah, it's the PlayStation View. Bye. Gone, son. It's shutting that shit down, man.
View was not anything.
Who the fuck had that? Let's just be honest, man.
And that's
Riku
exactly
had it, maybe. Like who had that shit?
That was it.
And I watched it on my Vita.
Vita, baby.
To be honest, I mean, in a way, it was an interesting idea, but at the same time, like being able to get all those channels like sort of piecemeal. But then in the end, it ended up being kind of expensive.
Dude, they only
it's expensive to them. They kept raising the rate, and that was one thing I noticed. I didn't have the search, but I did see the messages. Oh, it went up $50 now, and I'm like, what the hell?
I heard they only had 500,000 subscribers total.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Like, damn.
To be honest, again, it's like, who wants to watch? Who's doing TV on their like network TV on their consoles?
Right, it's a hard sell because you got your paid subscriptions, you got your Netflix, your Hulu. If you want HBO's content, you got to pay them. If you want Stars, you got to pay them. Showtime, and then you could do that through Amazon and all these other things. So it's a tough sell to say, "Oh, we're offering TV." It's like, yeah, but you got people with internet and cable; they're already getting TV, so they're not going to get it.
And half the time, the cable company's forcing you to pay for some channels that you don't watch.
Right.
I just find it ironic that at the end of the generation, the company, the brand that failed on the TV side was fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the TV, right?
The TV, sports. But like it's I think it's more complicated than that because there's also so many freaking services. It's like PlayStation View is a service, YouTube TV is a service, DirecTV and Spectrum and Verizon and all of them have their own services. And then we have all the what's it called? The streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus is coming out, and HBO Max is coming out. So it's so many freaking services. Not all of them are going to survive. And like for me, PlayStation was like, yeah, it's obvious that PlayStation View is going to be the one going to be left in the dust. Because at least more people are aware of YouTube TV because more people just use YouTube and they advertise the shit out of it in their freaking website. So something like that I would bet more money on that would be more prosperous in this venture than PlayStation View. So yeah, I mean, it sucks for PlayStation, but
Yeah, for the 500,000 people who add this shit, you know.
yeah, 500,000 people. It's like relatively, it's not that many people.
Yeah, that's not, you know. So it's coming to an end January 30th, 2020. So that's pretty close. I don't think we have anything more to say about that, you know. Bye-bye.
Did anybody even try it?
No, don't care.
No, didn't care.
I don't think they gave you a trial either.
I don't think so.
No.
If anybody in the chat, but let us know, man.
The biggest issue with all these stupid subscription plans between all these companies, right? How come they're not giving you a little bit of a like, hey, look, you're already playing for PlayStation Plus and all these other bolt things. Why don't they just give you a gimme? Fuck, you know?
Yeah, right.
Just have a mega bundle. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like a bundle. Well, like, you know, even like, you know, granted they did bring down the price of the PlayStation Now, but at the same time, it's like, yo, just give people a gimme. You know, people will be more inclined to get it if they were, you know, to mess with it if they got something out of it, even if it's just one channel a month, kind of like the way the fucking PlayStation Plus thing goes, right? You just get one or two, you know, get one or two extra games per month, and you get to hold on to them. Why can't you do that with the thing? Like, hey. You know, it's like, you know, if you want to get more channels, you just subscribe to us. But we'll give you these two things. We'll give you these other things for free.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. By the way, I threw this in here right now just because people were talking about it today. They showed a new trailer for the Witcher TV series. I know it's a TV series, but The Witcher's a video game, kind of.
Well, it's actually a book first.
Well, that's why I said kind of. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if the Witcher TV series is based on the game or the book. I don't know. I have no
would
idea.
Expect it to be more based on the book than it would be the game.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you see the hot tub scene that was based off?
Yeah, those straight from the game. Yeah. So actually, I'm going to Brian because you're the Witcher guy here. Are you excited about this?
I don't know. I've not seen the trailer, so I don't know. It's interesting. Like, I feel like, first of all, the casting choice is very weird.
Henry
Cavill. They got Superman instead of Mads. So hence I'm like, he seems a better fit, but hey, box office appeal, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
and plus, it's Netflix. Like, I don't really trust them to do anything anymore.
Hey, you at least here's the thing. You at least will get 2 seasons that are decent. That's my that's the usual thing with any Netflix show.
Other than that, it's
okay.
Just the idea of like having a game/book turned into like TV shows. Like, is that really going to work out well? Like,
a game/book. I mean, Game
or
of Thrones was made into a
game.
TV
Yeah.
show. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's really. I'm betting the brunt of is going to be the book stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to say that outright though. We don't really know.
Damn, we're getting a lot of crazy rain out here.
Oh yeah, out here too, man. You know how that is, man. Like a tornado. But yeah. So is anybody excited to watch this shit?
So I'm gonna go.
No.
Hi, Jocelyn.
All right.
Yeah. I don't care. That's my thing. I don't care. I don't care. I didn't play the games. I didn't read the books. I don't care.
I'll watch it just to see, because again, it's a bit of fun, but I'm not overexcited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it too. I'm not as excited about the trailer as everyone else is, but I'm also not a huge Witcher fan, so I can't really. I don't have any barometer for like my Witcher hype.
But then you are a fan of Batman v Superman somehow.
Brian, man.
Well, that is true. But I also didn't like Man of Steel.
Uh-oh.
Which makes it even worse.
You want to go there?
I went there.
All right.
Manny, I think you're right. I think it is more based on the book.
You like Suicide Squad. You like Age of Ultron? Let's get started with Age of Ultron,
we're
man.
not going down the rabbit hole.
No strings attached on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good creative shit, man. Get the hell out of here.
Whoa,
man.
whoa,
No
we're
family
not
show,
going down the
family
rabbit
show.
hole.
Cut
We're
the
not
shit,
going down
cut
the
the
rabbit
shit.
hole.
Nah,
No, we're not doing it.
Cut the shit.
We're not going down the rabbit hole. Age of Ultron was awesome. I get this last word, motherfucker. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care.
Man, he came out swinging, huh?
Yeah. Brett, do you care about this? Yeah, Brett, do you care about this shit, Witcher?
Uh-oh.
No.
Yes. Oh man. Yep. I don't care. I'm just worried about Henry Cavill. It's like, yo, man, you gotta go on Netflix now, bro. Like,
Yo,
damn.
he was on Mission Impossible. He's good.
Yeah,
He was good in that
Yeah,
movie.
but I think the DCU is done with him. So
I think so too.
I mean, he took what he could get. That's a safe bet. Netflix got money.
Yeah, they
Or
did
do
have
they,
their
Chris?
roles.
Because apparently they're hemorrhaging, buddy.
Oh,
for
they're
work.
they are, but they're focusing it in on, I guess, what they key into think they'll make money off of. They cut a lot of their animation and shit. That's
Yeah.
the first thing that got put.
They're not doing Castlevania anymore, right?
I don't think so.
Man.
They were talking about doing a new season, but I don't think.
But yet they got Kevin Smith to do that He-Man series.
Okay.
He-Man.
Yeah, they're bringing that back.
Well, he's
It's a whole
Recon.
Masters of the
Yeah.
Universe thing, no?
I don't know, because it's weird how Mattel divvied that up. They gave DreamWorks the license to She-Ra, and that's what Netflix used to make that series, but it's a DreamWorks license. It's like an alternate license. It's not Mattel. So what Kevin Smith's using is the Mattel license. So that's like old He-Man,
So does he have all the characters or just
Yeah,
some
he
of
has
them?
access to everything.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah. I don't know, Witcher, whatever. But just threw that
Yeah,
in there because I
whatever.
know some of the fans are, they like that Witcher stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Brian.
Yeah,
And his shitty taste of movies.
Damn, Brian. All right, you guys
Yeah.
do a movie cast with you guys, man. Just let you go off.
Oh, we'll talk about after the
Talk
show.
about that. All right. By the way, speaking about going off, Adam, man, it's all about Breakpoint, man. What the fuck?
Fucking Breakpoint. And they confirmed it. They confirmed the shit. Breakpoint.
All right, Adam. So
Whack
what's
point.
going on? Just break that in news first, and then give your thoughts. What's going on with the news?
What's going on is they acknowledge shit hit the fan. The outcry of fans that it was not, or it did not feel like a Ghost Recon game. That was a big issue, and that killed it. Because right now, it didn't really distinguish itself for being anything else than just a weird knockoff clone of all their games.
Yeah.
It should have just been a Ghost Recon game. But when you played it, you had a little bit of Division, you had a little bit of Wildlands, which the other version of Wildlands, the opposite end of it, which is just open world shooting and stuff. And you didn't have the Ghost Recon element. And that whole thing with taking the AI teammates, that really was a big impact. So they acknowledged, all right, well, we got all these other ones, and then they tried to add the survival elements, which is pointless because it just gives you boosts. It didn't really affect the game. There was many guys, people told me, yo, I beat the game and never used that shit once. So what was the point? What was the point? And a lot of half-ass shit. I mean, I talked about it before, but like when you put the mud and dirt on yourself, but you can't do stealth kills and you can't crawl when you're in that situation, which sucks. So they said that they're going to fix it, though. They're going to do what Ubisoft does, and that's fix their shit. So all their other games got pushed back to the next quarter, but they said that they're going to focus on fixing this one and fixing the Division 2. So the Division 2 had its own set of issues, but it was a little bit different than these things. It just, they didn't put the modes that people enjoyed playing in the Division. What brought people in was all the other modes, like Resistance and Underground, which is dungeon crawling, just looting and shooting. Those were fun. And they didn't bring those back. And that should have been right here, year one, those modes. And they're not. And then they're wondering why people aren't playing and they've fallen off. So because that's what people used to do. They would get some buddies together and then they would just go in these dungeons, in the underground and just farm away trying to collect and to get exotics and stuff like that. You can't do that in this game. We talked about the exotic situation where it's just nothing but grinding. It's just farming. Like, oh, you got to find a key. Then you have to go and get a chest. And the key where you go is randomized. And the chest, then the content you open is randomized. And then once you get all 3 parts, then you have to get the blueprint. Then after you get the blueprint, you got to get all the crafting materials needed to put all the shit together just to make an exotic weapon. When you tell somebody this, they're like, yo, I don't got that type of time. What happened to the good old days of just going into this fucking subway tunnel, shooting bitches, and finding the big boss, killing him, and getting a weapon? No, that's done. And the whole mode is not there. And then Resistance, which was sort of like what we had in Call of Duty before, in like the zombie mode, where you kill a bunch of enemies, you collect a bunch of, you get points for killing them, and then you can use those points for getting more weapons or for opening up doors. And then you progress to another part of the map. And that's what Resistance was. And again, that's grab some buddies, talk some bullshit, just run and gun, kill, boom, boom. And the same thing, you open up the chest, you can get some good weapons out of it, get some good gear. No, that's not here either. So they shot themselves in the foot, because here it is, you say you're listening to your audience. Well, then listen and also look at the numbers. These are the modes that people were talking about and playing. And then Division 2 comes, and you're like, okay, they're going to build on that, right? No, they don't even add this shit. And they say that, well, we're going to bring that later. Oh, you're going to bring that in year 2 when you charge people. That's the whole thing that's pissing people off also, because it's like 1 minute you're like, oh, yeah, year 1, all content's free. So you're going to sell us shit again that we paid for in the first one. Why couldn't you just flip that? Add that and then charge us for the raids and all the other shit. But give us what we've already paid for before. Now we have to pay for it again. It's a pain in the ass. And they put themselves in a hole, because now people know this. So what are they going to do? Are they going to say, you know what, when we do release Resistance, because they said that mode is coming back. They also said Survival is coming back, which was another really hard mode. It didn't have that many people playing it, at least not the majority, but it was still, there was an audience for that. And they said, no, those modes are coming back. And people are like, all right, when does it come back? Next year. Oh, do we have to pay for it? Then they go silent. They don't reply to that. So they're going to have to at least release those modes for free. And then what other shit that they planned on, then you can charge in that. But if they say, oh, yeah, you want Resistance and Underground again, hey, you got to pay. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. So both of those games, those are the fixes, hopefully, that are coming down. We definitely know they're going to put AI teammates back. They said that's going to be a hard thing to do. And I'm like, damn right, it's going to be hard. Because spoiler, right at the beginning of the damn game, half your team is dead. And the other half are fucking backstabbers. So how are you going to fix that shit? They're just going to be dumb. They're not going to talk probably. They'll probably just be some grunts that await you that are never in the cutscenes or anything. That's the only way I could see it working.
It's going to feel really tacked on then.
Yeah, it's definitely going to feel tacked on. It's not going to feel like in Wildlands, the guys talk to you. You talk. Sometimes if you're walking for long periods of time, they just like have their own little banter back and forth.
Yeah.
We're not going to have that shit. And it's just, man, I wish I was in that meeting with them. When they're like, hey, we're going to get rid of the teammate aspect and we're going to make this and that. It's like, well, fucking, and everybody just put their hands up and said, yeah, this is a great idea. I just don't see it. I don't know how they could have done that.
I feel like it's a situation where it's a time frame situation. I don't think they just said we're going to remove this. I think they were probably saying we need to hit this date. What can we get in? Oh, well, we can't get this in? All right, we'll fix it later.
Man, but even that, they had no plans of putting it back. People flipped out, and that's when at E3 the woman came out and says, hey, we heard you guys, we're going to bring it back, it's going to come sometime later on.
We heard you guys.
Yeah, that's what she said. She was like, we heard you, we know what you want, and we'll bring it back. That's why'd you take it?
Lie. She lied.
Yes.
I heard John Bernthal say that shit,
Yeah, so now they know, and so they said they're gonna fix it. But like a lot of companies say that, but you know what? Ubisoft is pretty good at fixing that shit.
They're like, we got John Bernthal. No, don't you like that?
No,
he brought his dog, son.
He's got his dog. He's good.
What is Ubisoft like in New Yorkers? They be like, hey, don't you like John Bernthal? He has his dog. You like this game?
He got dogs. He's got dogs.
He's got dogs.
I mean, that could only go so far until people play the game, and then there's always going to be that one audience of people that are like, all right, so do I get to select him as a character? No, you're hunting him down. You don't play as him. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean I don't play as him?
We paid him all this money to just say Carl.
Yeah, you just see him in like.
Oh, forget about it.
Yeah, you only see him in certain cutscenes. And that's it.
And every time he shows up, he's always like behind something, so you can't even shoot
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
You know?
So you can't even shoot him. Like that time we played, we're like shooting through plexiglass. Well, fuck, I could have just took him out right there.
Yeah, it's like I'm
we
trying
could
to
have
beat
ended
this
this
game
shit.
right now. You know,
Game over. That could have been the fast track, like they did in Far Cry. Remember with the last one with the cults guy, you could just kill him.
That's right.
Just
Yeah,
end
that's
it
right. Yeah,
and get the credits and everything.
Yo, Adam, we gave up on that shit, didn't we? Fucking Breakpoint. We're like, fuck.
Oh my god! But that's it. And I tried. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come back once they put the AI teammates and once they fix all the other shit. Because that was the other thing. That was another. Like I didn't have this issue, and I talked about in my review that the loot turning into a loot shooter and all the loot that was dropping. That's a new element. That's not really what I was expecting in a Recon game, but it's something. You know, you shoot somebody and you see a glowy thing come from. Like, that might be better than what I have. Why not? But there was a lot of people that flipped out about that. They were like, yo, this is straight up Division bullshit. If I want to do that, I'll play Division. I just want to go, snipe, kill, in and out. I'm a ghost. That's the whole point of the fucking game. That's the name of the game. Ghost.
Yeah, ghost. Yeah, man.
No one's supposed to fucking see me, and no one should be shooting back at me.
Yeah.
You know, so
dumb.
It sucks, and hopefully they fix it.
Like I said, mechanically it's a good game. It's fun. I like the shooting. I like all that stuff, but it is not very tactical like it's supposed to be. Like I said, it's a watered down Division 2.
Yeah, yeah, and that's not what they wanted. So.
And the Division 2 is a watered down Division 1.
Oh,
there you go. It's true. It's true. It's just turned in real grindy, and I get it. They wanted people to play for long periods of time, but you went the wrong way, buddy. You can't just keep breaking everything up. Oh, farm for this, farm for okay, fine, but then don't make the shit inside the crates randomized. Remember when we were looking for the parts for that chatterbox exotic?
Yeah, that's right.
And we're opening up shit, clearing out a whole area just to find out it's the same fucking part we already had from the last time. You know, and I had to go look up in the guidance, like, oh yeah, by the way, the shit that you find in those chests are random. Oh my god! And then you have to go and find the keys. Then once you get the keys, if it's not the right key, or if you use the key, then you have to wait. What was it? I think it was like 24 hours or some ridiculous. No, I think it's like 15, 20 minutes. I know you have to wait some amount of time for that area for the key to respawn, and then that way you can go and try the whole thing again. You know, and then the gear sets aren't as interesting. And again, very grindy. Same thing. Have to go through the whole process. That was not the case in Division 1. You know, global events, you go, you do your thing, you go, you get your gear. Every time you had your money, you go to the main the store there, and you can just use the in-game currency, and you would always get your stuff. All this extra grindy shit isn't fun. It's not fun to do, to replay one mission over and over and over again and hopefully get what you're looking for. That's a waste of time.
Yeah,
like look at all the games we're talking about.
Yeah,
we got all these fun games to play. No one has time to fucking bullshit to try to get one piece of a gun. Whatever, man. So hopefully they fix this. They say they're listening, and I believe them just from their track record of what they've done with other games and what they did with Division 1. People were bored. They gave us fun. That's the funny part. Oh, you're bored? Here, we gave you Resistance, and we gave you the Underground. We gave you Survival. Awesome. Division 2 comes. All right, can we get those mode back? No, you can't. But we were bored last time. What the hell's wrong with you? Who does this?
I feel like a lot of people were. I mean, I feel like quite a bit of people were a little bit wary about the new Division, especially with a lot of the you know, they were talking. Oh yeah, we're going to concentrate on that end game content. You know, all that. Remember that talk?
Oh yeah, because that was the issue. That's what I'm saying. People flew through the game, and then after there was nothing there, and then they were like, "Oh shit, we didn't realize you were going to finish it that fast." So then they started rushing to do the Resistance and Underground and all that stuff. And then it's like, okay, now we have reason to come in. And they had all the gear sets and all that stuff. They made it fun. They took all the exotic weapons out of the dark zone because they realized that people were just getting jumped all the time. So they're like, all right, now you can find these in the regular open world from bosses. Those bosses will still be hard. You still have to kill them and stuff. But look, now you can get the exotics. They fixed those things. Now we're all waiting for them to do that in Division 2 because the other shit, and Tony, this was the whole reason why a lot of people rage quit, and we talked about this. Yeah. We maxed out to Gear 500, and they didn't even increase that. Yeah. They were like, oh no, there's a low percentage of a low percentage. Yeah, and people don't believe me. Go ahead, State of the Game. Go on their channel. That's Ubisoft's official little every Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, they used to be. They sort of slowed down on there, but they would have.
They're probably getting a shitload of complaints.
Probably. Yeah. So then they were like, "Oh yeah, we did the numbers and look at the stats, and we realized that it's a low percentage of people that are a community that have reached 500. So there's no reason to bump it up because originally they said they were going to bump it up to 515. There was going to be all this 515 gear." and that it was going to spice things up, or blah blah blah. And then they scrapped that. They're like, no, not happening. And no new weapons, none of that stuff was coming for it. And poof, there you go. Suck it up. And people flip the fuck out. And then here it is. We finished that Pentagon mission. What did we get? We got nothing. We got a trophy to pop for, but nothing in game. We didn't get no special gear. We didn't get no special gun. We didn't even get a little dangly bullshit for our backpacks that they keep giving us. We didn't even get none of that shit.
Yeah,
so it's
bullshit, man.
Yeah, and it's another bullshit, because that was not the way the Division 1 was. It's like you go into a mission and you're doing it on whatever difficulty that you had to do it on, but you knew the end boss was going to drop some good shit. Going to drop some rare gun, Huntry Hog, or something, Showstopper, shotgun. You were like, you knew you were going to get something for it, and you put the grind in for it. Nope.
Yeah, I didn't get nothing. You didn't get nothing. Chris didn't get nothing. We didn't get shit. You know,
We didn't get shit.
We ain't get shit.
we ain't get
That's
shit.
it. We got a trophy as proof that we fucking did the shit, and that was it.
Yeah, that was whack.
You know, and then the other smack in the face was for everybody that was with the raid. Remember, on the console side, it was talking about like 15, 20 hours,
man.
right? And then you need a certain amount of people. Everybody had to be a certain level. I'm like, all right, whatever, it's a raid. That's how that works. But man, to put in all those hours. And then they were like, all right, you know what? We realized a low percentage of people are doing this. So we made a public version so you could just matchmake with people. Because that's the other thing. They turned off matchmaking. So you had to have friends that were that level, that gear set, all set to do it. You couldn't just like go to the helicopter, click matchmake, and then find some random dude who had all the requirements. No, you had to be friends first. The bullshit. You know. So then it's like, okay. So then you have this, and then they were like, all right, we realized a lot of people aren't doing it, so we're going to make this public. We change it up, right? So you have that one, and we have the other mode, right? And this one you can match make. And then people, then I guess in the fine print, because I don't remember hearing this, but then people start realizing, yo, I finished it. I didn't get any of this special weapon, and you get a little dangly keychain and stuff at the end. Oh, no. You don't get it. You don't get any of the goodies if you beat the raid in the open mode. You only get that if you do it in the original mode, where you play with your friends. So if you go public and you do matchmaking, go ahead, play the raid, have fun, but you're not getting shit for it when you finish. They were like, oh yeah, do that to warm up so that way you're familiar with it. Then with those people, you could become friends, right? Send friend requests, start a clan, and then go back in and spend another 15, 20 hours and try to go at it. Oh, fucking bullshit. Again, it's like smack in the face. It's like they think that this is fun. They think people have fun doing that shit. And they're like, oh, isn't this fun? Don't you want to come back and keep doing 15, 20 hours on this fucking raid for nothing? No, it's not fun.
It's not
Like,
fun.
hey, it was
It's not
fun when we play tested it. Get out of here, man.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to move on. This related. Remember how we talked about how Ubisoft had to delay a bunch of games? Turns out, and I'm going to name the games, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine, Watch Dogs Legion, Gods and Monsters, along with 2 other unannounced games. They have now been confirmed that they will be cross-gen games with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet. So there you go.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But this leads me to the real question I want to ask you guys. Are these systems actually going to have a decent launch lineup with all these cross-title games?
To be honest, it's gonna be interesting.
You're going to have shit to play on launch day.
You're gonna pretty much have stuff on there.
Yeah.
Like, especially if they're talking the way they're talking, where essentially that these games are going to be forward compatible.
Yeah.
My question is the whole backward compatible part going to be available at launch? So let's say if we pick up a PS5 and we log in and we have a lot of digital games. We see that instantly, like what we do now when we go to our library and we can see all our games. Yeah. Will we see all of them there and just re-download everything?
Yeah, that is a big question. That's the question right there.
Yeah, is that going to be available, or is it going to be like, that's a case-by-case thing if we work things out with that publisher regarding that title?
Yeah. Again, you would think since it's the same architecture, you should be able to do that. But you know how scummy these
because
it
comes down to money, and that was the whole reason why, like Skate and all those games, we don't see them port over, because they were like, hey, we agreed for this amount of money for this product on this console. Once you go to another console, we can need a new contract because that's a new piece of hardware.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering with all these, if new deals have to be made. It's like, oh yeah, you want to play Modern Warfare on your PS5? You want to continue playing that? Well, maybe you have to pay $5 for that conversion fee. It could be played, but you have to pay us $5 for it. You know, what if we see some shit like that? I wouldn't be surprised if some of the publishers do that. Some games say that. It's like, hey, want to play over here? Okay, fine. You can download. You don't have to rebuy it, but the conversion fee. And I remember they did that. I think it was a Rock Band that pulled that off with like porting over your older songs. And I think you had to pay some fee. I think it was like $4 or $5.
Bullshit if they force you.
It
to
was
pay
some
fee,
shit.
man. It's like it should just be instantly downloadable, you know.
Because they said it is backward compatible, but they didn't say it was free backward compatible.
They didn't. Yeah, that would be scummy as fuck. It's
Well,
like,
to be honest, the thing about it is that the minute they say that you have to pay for an additional pack or something like that instead of just sticking the damn thing in there, gamers will fucking.
Oh, they're gonna go crazy.
Okay, how about this one? What if they say that function is only available for Plus members?
That would be fucked up.
That'd be fucked
That would
up.
be fucked up because you're gating shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Because then they're justifying it's like, hey, we had to pay
That's a
extra.
selling point. That's how you sell a system to everybody. Yo, get a PS5, you can play all your shit.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah. But we're just thinking about, like we said, money. It comes down to money.
I feel you, man.
Yeah,
that would be fucked up, but you know,
it would be.
Don't put it past these companies, man. You know.
Yeah, hey, we have these exclusive features that you can only get if you have a.
And they're always trying to boost their services. You know, Xbox Live. They're always trying to. All of them are trying to tack things onto it. Hey, look, you get this, you get that, and then I could easily see them saying, "Hey, become a Plus member. Not only do you get your 2 games and all this stuff, but you can also play all your old games on your system."
But Adam, think about it. Even with Xbox Scarlet, yeah, you can do a down payment if you get on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
that's your catch. You know.
That's a catch. That's what I'm saying. And then that boosts those numbers and those sub numbers. And that's what they really want. People understand. It's like these one-offs and stuff. That's the main reason why all these companies bitch about, single-player games don't make money. They want the multiplayer. They want you to go tell your buddy, I want to kick your ass in this game. So he goes and gets pissed and buys a game. And then he tells his other buddy and everyone keeps playing. And then they go and buy maps and shit. That's it. So this makes sense to them to just get subs as opposed to a $60 one-off. They want that subscription. They want you to pay $9.99 a month or whatever amount they want to charge.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how everything.
Indeed.
Yeah,
how everything works out. I'm curious to see how Microsoft starts advertising this service with their Xbox Access and the rental. Like, how do they start pushing? Are we going to see commercials? Is it going to be tied in with like what Brett was saying, like Best Buy deals and stuff? They're going to have posters when you walk by, and you can just do it. You know, you got to tell the public. How do you tell the public?
Do when you get an Xbox Scarlet?
Like, I'm sure they'll put it on their Xbox system and commercials, but it's kind of pointless because if you're seeing it, that means you already have a fucking Xbox.
Yeah, that is also true.
You know, so it's like, well, why would I sign up even if? No, that makes no sense. You wouldn't do it. So you have to send those ads out into the world. So where do you place those ads?
I don't know. Shit is crazy.
It'll be fun.
I mean, there's a lot of
we will see about
there's a lot of room for ads on Twitter. I'm just saying.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, Twitter. Yeah, we could definitely see that there. You know, especially with all that extra time they have now. But you think PlayStation? you think PlayStation to do it?
I don't know, man.
You think they could do some shit like this?
Gotta have something.
You know,
and I'm waiting for somebody from Rent-A-Center to come on, but like, yo, we've been doing this shit for years.
Rent-A-Center,
because Rent-A-Center, man, Rent-A-Center had everything. I remember a guy on my first Xbox, the original Xbox, and I remember talking to a guy back there playing Ghost Recon, and he said, "Yo, I just got this from Rent-A-Center." He was like, "Yeah, Rent-A-Center had these Xbox deals, and I paid $15 a month, and this whole." I was like, "Shit, I didn't even know you could do consoles there."
That's wild, man. All right, I think we're almost done, but before we go, Brett, we got to talk about Colby's charity thing, man.
Yes.
Yeah, can you give us the details again, sir?
Actually, yeah, but you'll have to give me a minute to pull it up. I was not prepared.
Okay, I could do it. I got it. Actually, I actually do have it ready. Because I was talking to Colby the other day. We were catching up. Good guy. So basically, Colby, you know, who we've had on Throwdown. We've done the Game of Thrones podcast. We even did some D&D streams way back in the day. So he's going to be doing a charity stream for the KU Pediatrics. It's the University of Kansas Medical Center. You know, for kids basically. So he's going to be doing a 24-hour stream. for the kids, and it's good stuff. And I'm gonna link you guys to all this stuff, but we're actually gonna be hosting it as well over on Throwdown. He's gonna be doing it from his channel, but we're gonna do the auto hosting thing just to boost his stuff up. I'm gonna leave a link in the Twitch, and you guys could donate. Again, it's for a good cause. You're helping out kids, and it's gamers helping out the youth, which is always a good thing. And Colby's a good guy, man. Good-hearted person. There's not a lot of people like that in this world, so. It's always good to help out a brother, Colby's funny though. He's like, yo, Tony, man, like I know I'm just a fan. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're just a fan. You're a friend, motherfucker.
Man,
Out of here, man. You family, man. Fuck out of here. So Bray, you don't have to say anything. I think I just said it all.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how we roll. The reason he's really big into this is when his daughter was born, she had to have open heart surgery done there, and she's fine. Everything's fine. She grew up perfectly normal thanks to it, and so he's really just trying to pay it forward and kind of, pay his karma forward and help those that helped him. So, also, it's gaming for babies. It's a great cause.
For babies!
For babies. For the wee babies.
What day was it again?
November 2nd.
November 2nd. Okay. Oh, that's
soon. That's this week.
2 days.
Yes, this weekend, yeah. And then, I'll be talking about it on Twitter. We'll talk, we'll advertise it. I just put the link in there for you guys right now. But yeah, I don't know what time he's starting it, but it's going to be auto hosting. So just, when shit goes live, just check it out.
Yeah, you just tune into our channel, or if you want to go directly to his channel, we have it all.
Yeah, it's all there. So we'll be advertising it because it's, again, for a good cause, and it's for one of ours, man. Looking at the goal, it looks like they're about halfway through their goal here. So if you guys could throw some money at them, they're not asking for much. $500. That's not a lot, It should be interesting. Oh, hold on. I guess before we leave, Glorious War. Even though it's not throwing your questions, we could do it. Even though we're not going to indulge you too much because we don't like talking about this type of stuff. He wants to know what our predictions are for Death Stranding's Metacritic.
First month sales.
Didn't embargo end today?
Yeah, but technically 3 a.m. I think. Adam, you know what I'm saying?
It was 3. I don't remember. I just remember it was today.
It is today. It is today, but I think it's midnight Pacific.
Oh shit! So we won't know until tomorrow.
Again, I don't really like getting into the prediction game, but the thing is, I will say this: the embargo is lifting a week before the game drops, which generally means it's going to have pretty high. It's going to have high scores.
But they at least think it is. At least they feel it should.
Yeah, exactly. Because usually, scores drop the day before. That lets you know something right there too. Mm-hmm. Or remember that.
I got a prediction.
What? Just one last thing, just to throw it out there. I forgot what Ubisoft game was. Actually, no, I know exactly which one. It was Assassin's Creed Unity, right? This is how you know shit was fucked up. The review embargo lifted 12 hours after the game came out. Think about that. Conversely, Uncharted 2, when that embargo dropped, it dropped 2 weeks before the game came out. And that game was like one of the most heralded games of the generation.
But then we also had Doom, and they didn't send any review copies out.
But that's Bethesda.
That's Bethesda, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. And it's like, so a lot of people weren't sure. It's like, shit.
Bethesda's a special case, though. You go ahead, Brian.
You can't rule out Bethesda in this. Or else Brett will get mad.
Oh, okay. I'll rule them out. They're a special case when it comes to reviews. They don't like sending reviews to anybody. Okay, go ahead, Carlos. Since you got a prediction. Okay.
I got a prediction. Oh, God. I say the Metacritic score will be 88. And so he asked for first month sales. I think it'll sell 2 million first month.
I could go with that.
Yeah, I don't think this is. I just don't see this game being like one of those '90s games where it's like universally, critically acclaimed. But I do see it as a game that, has a lot of sort of unique traits that intrigues people to it, and makes it a little we'll give it the benefit of doubt for a lot of critics. So I say 88.
Here's what confuses me, right, with the Metacritic, because to me this game looks like it would be a between 80 and 85 type of game, but the review embargo was a week beforehand, and that's usually reserved for the 90s. But this doesn't look like a 90 type of game. You know what I'm saying?
And don't forget, it's a Kojima game. Kojima. I'm not saying he's paying people, but he's friendly with a lot of industry folks.
Yeah, man. There's like half the people in the industry in this game, man.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Whoever can influence, if I can put them in the game.
Yeah, but I think we could say the big sites, it's going to be in the 90s for all of them. IGN's going to be giving this shit
I don't
highs.
know. The one thing that we've seen, I mean, we know people that are playing it, and the one thing that I've heard, and it's not even a spoiler, is that they keep saying, we heard that they keep saying that they want people to review it that have beaten the game.
Yeah, they're beating the game, yeah.
And that something big happens toward the end of the game. And it's like, okay. But then also the people that have played it say, well, I don't see anything crazy happening. So it kind of sucks that the big hype for the game comes at the end.
Yeah.
So Adam, are you playing it?
I don't want to say nothing, but Adam,
we can't talk about that.
Adam, yes. I'm just going to say yes. That's it. We'll talk
Adam,
about it later. But you know what I'm talking about, Adam.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I don't know what any of you guys are talking about. Adam, are you playing this? Are you going to play this game?
It's like, yo, man, did you see Manchester United's last game? Yo, that shit was fucking crazy.
Okay, I get it, but I'm still confused.
Well,
I know. We'll talk
because-
afterwards, but we'll talk afterwards.
Talk about
Okay,
it.
I'm just
Sure, Alex isn't there anymore. That's your issue.
Alex Ferguson.
Guess just like say what the ending is. I'm guessing that this is actually like
Hideo
one
Kojima
big trailer,
shows up
like
in
another
the
game.
end.
You know, it's like it's usually it's like a sound.
Wait, hold on.
Another
Wait,
game
let
for-
Brian go. Brian, what's the ending?
I ruined Game of Thrones this way for Tony. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, no, don't do it, Brian. Brian, what's
It's an
the ending?
actual like it turns out it's like the demo for PT or something stupid like
Yeah.
that. You know,
Oh, shit.
Well, he always does it like in Metal Gear. He always has those levels that are kind of like plug it into
Meta?
controller 2
Yeah,
or
he-
something.
He always has some sort of
the player's
meta
writing all
moment.
along. There you go.
Yeah, I could see that too. I could see that. I could see something else, or it's like a big twist where everything you played
What a twist.
wasn't real or some shit. Your guy was in a coma, and he wakes up and is like, "Holy shit, what the hell?"
It all
And
takes place in the subconscious of a dog.
Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
You mean one of the endings to Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah,
Could be.
no, it's gonna be the baby's dream, you know.
Yeah. the baby's dream.
That's my big thing on it. I think it has to do. I think the main character, as you play him, he's not going to be the main character at the end.
What if they?
I got it. Norman Reedus is going to like sit in a chair, and then everything's going to go like really fast past him, and then at the end it cuts like a baby in space.
Oh shit! Yeah,
what if Norman Reedus like has to, because they're in America, right? What if Norman Reedus has to deliver a package to the Amazon in South America, and he stumbles upon fucking Aloy? It's a shared universe,
And
guys.
it's shared universe.
Yeah. Well, there is a Death Stranding. There are 2 Death Stranding things inside of
Yeah. It could be.
Horizon.
That could be a connection. They bump into each other.
It's
On
the
the
Decima
opposite.
system.
You know, it's funny that Norman Reedus was on last night. He was on Stephen Colbert, and all he did was talk about Walking Dead. He didn't talk about anything else, and
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh shit! All right, whatever."
Well, in the whole scheme of things, Walking Dead's the big hotness. You know.
You know,
Yeah.
but
I think
You'll
you are in
always talk about
purgatory, so
Walking
everybody is. What the? Oh, that's what Glorious Worth says for Death Stranding. I think you are in purgatory, so everybody else already. So that's the ending of Lost.
Yeah, it's the end of the
yeah,
world.
that's pretty much.
Lost. Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm
that-
afraid
that-
that's what this game is going to be.
Oh god, that would piss me off.
Well, no. Okay, no. I don't maybe say it as a good loss. Like, here's the thing. I don't doubt that the game will be good, but it has this weird quality where it's kind of almost being presented as cerebral and high arty with a twist.
I also don't think it's going to be cerebral and high arty. By the way,
It does, but it's how it's being presented.
I think that's what it's presented, but I think it's not really going to be that.
Well, fine art isn't, or modern art isn't really art, but it still suckers people into it. Like, this game is just the right. It's just the right mixture of. No, it historically isn't even art. It was propped up by the fucking CIA to make it seem like America has culture. Anyway,
Freemasons run the country.
No, dude, this is a historical fact. Look it up. Anyway, I'm afraid that this game has the right mixture of being complicated and cerebral enough that people will see a lot of what they want to see in it. Or if they don't understand it, they'll just kind of pretend that they did. So it'll be one of those like, well, I mean, you got it, right? I mean, like, yeah, of course, yeah, I totally got it, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I totally. And I'm afraid it's going to get a bit of a pass that way. I think it'll still be a great game, but I think it'll break beyond its niche thing. The same way the fucking Joker did. Like, the Joker is a niche movie, but it has a big name associated with it.
A $1 billion niche movie.
The style of movie is a niche movie.
Yeah,
like,
we're not going to go into that again, but it made all that money because of the name of the Joker. Let's just be honest.
Well, no, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, like, it's the movie style is a niche movie style, right? It's not something that a lot of people would go to see, but a lot of people did go to see it, and they said it was good.
At this point, can you just watch the movie?
No, I refuse.
You bring it up every freaking week, like me bringing up Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
No. Okay,
listen,
I'm not
you,
saying
Brett is
anything
being
good or bad
competent,
about the movie. I'm just saying, if the movie that you saw is not the kind of movie that generally draws a gigantic crowd. A lot of people don't go to see a movie about mental problems. Like, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's not like a general audience thing. It's like, hey guys, let's go see this depressing movie about
people like this.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's all that I'm saying.
Nurse Judy had that, and people love that shit. That shit was on for years.
Judy was also a little bit more entertaining and showy.
And was it
this movie from a lot of people's perspective is not that.
Remember that
if you guys give me a minute,
the girl
I'm about to
had
compliment
multiple
Joker.
personalities?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let Brett finish his point. Man.
Yeah, unless you don't want me to. The thing that they saw was complicated, nuanced, and different than what they were expecting, and that caused a lot of people to talk. Mm-hmm. And that is the same kind of recipe that we have set up for this. So I'm not saying it's not going to be good, but I'm saying it's going to get a lot of chatter, even if it's not good. It's going to get pretty high review scores, even if it's not great, because it's doing something different and being cast in such a positive artistic light for doing it. Like, Kojima's a maverick, he's a rogue, he's off the leash. Like, I don't think anybody's really aiming to be critical about him. Everybody's really willing to kind of bend their necks to see from his point of view. And I think at least some people that'll result in them being like, no, man, I totally get it. It was brilliant. I mean, come on, M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Hey, man, some
The Village, man. The Village was good.
Fucking trash ass director. Fuck
God
that guy,
damn you.
man.
That was awesome. That
He's
and
a hack.
You didn't like
The Village
no
was
one was
awful.
doing that shit. That was a great surprise.
We're not going to go
See,
down that
that
rabbit
is exactly
hole.
my point exactly.
That was a great surprise.
Split.
No, that movie is hot
I
garbage.
remember seeing that in theaters and hearing everybody gasp when they realized when the blind chick went over the wall. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember
People
seeing
were
that in theaters
shocked.
and wanting my money back.
What? Your money back? They should
Yeah,
have given you money back? You should
Yes.
give them more money. That was a
No,
butter movie.
that movie is hot garbage. It is
You
a
didn't
fucking
pay enough
dumpster.
to
Yo, we're not
see
going down
that
that rabbit hole, but fuck M. Night Shyamalan, man. All his movies are trash.
No, all
Right?
his movies recently
No, they're
have been trash.
stupid. They're dumb.
Okay,
they're
see,
horrible.
here we go.
He does have some trash movies, but he does have some gems.
No, he
My
doesn't. He
point
doesn't
is
have any.
being
He's
proven in
trash.
front of all of
Let's
you.
get back on Death
Even-
Stranding. Let's get back on Death Stranding. God
My
damn it.
point is no, Tony. My point is
Yeah.
being proven right now.
Signs was good.
Yeah.
Signs was
You
really
know,
good.
Signs
you
was
know his
trash.
movies. You know his
That
movies are hot
movie- my
garbage.
weak-
But
the
look
alien's
around the
weakness is
room.
water, just like Bruce
Look around-
Willis's weakness is water. Fuck that shit. Fuck
Dude,
him.
Weaknesses.
But Tony,
were-
look around the room. How many people like it?
Yeah, that is true. The
Like
peons
what?
like it.
Signs? I never liked Signs.
Wait,
Fuck
what movie are we
Signs.
talking about?
Any of them?
No.
All
I
of
like
them, they're all horrible. He doesn't make good
the
movies.
I
They're
See
all
Dead People
trash.
one. That was a good one too.
No,
No, that was
Sixth Sense is
horrible.
trash.
Split.
Sixth
Split
Sense was
Have
good.
you guys seen Split?
No, I mean, because see, everything else is
Split.
trash. I'm not trying to
Split
see.
was
Alright,
good.
let me.
Split
You know,
was
me
good.
and Brian agree on like 50% of the things. Brian, what did you think about Split? I know you watched that.
It was fire.
Yeah, Split was good.
I'm like,
I
yo,
liked
listen, if I
Split.
got punched in the face 4 times, I'm not gonna go back for a 5th one. No, fuck that.
That ending.
The ending. Here we go.
No, even before, but that's
Oh,
but
here
that's
we
the
go,
twist.
Brett. The
And they
ending.
ruined
That's
it
the
all with
twist.
the new
That's the
Unbreakable
twist.
movie.
M. Night
Is there a
Shyamalan
twist?
is a fucking
That
hack.
was a twist. A hack of who? Who else is doing
Everything. He's a hack. He
Give me
sucks.
another. Give me one. Give me
You
one.
know?
Tell me one that he's hacking.
All of them. Every fucking movie he's made.
Wait,
Wait, hold on.
Compare something.
Tell you one.
Yes,
The Last Airbender, motherfucker.
That's not a hack. That's a bad movie.
What?
Oh, come on, Brett. You hear
That's a
this?
bad movie.
You hear this shit?
We just said. I told you. You said it with the signs and all that. That was a hack. Of hack of what? Last
No,
Airbender was
Adam, you
garbage.
don't understand what the hack means. That means he's a
Yeah,
shitty
hacking
fucking
means-
director. That's what it means.
Yeah, hacking usually means that you're fucking ripping some shit
No,
from
no,
someone
no, no,
else
no,
and
no,
making
we're
it
not
your
talking
own.
about that.
You're hacking it.
A hack, not
Okay, I'll just put it in the simpler terms. He sucks. There.
All
All right. Anyway,
Well, I think he's a hit or miss. I don't think he's a good director.
Yeah. By the way, Adam,
But
there's a comment
he's had
here
some
for-
good ones.
Yeah, he sucks. There's a comment here for you. From Glorious War. He goes, "Oh, Adam, I was in the store yesterday. He's in Australia, by the way. He was in the store yesterday, and a person in the store said this about Death Stranding. Isn't that the game with Norman Reedus?
Exactly. Yeah. And then he said he
Ask
wasn't
him
going
if he
to buy
bought
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole
exactly.
thing. It's like, yeah, dude, what's the point?
Yeah, but again, that goes back
The
to our point.
point
That's
is-
how you
the
get.
thing
That's
is-
how you get people to.
You can get it, but it doesn't mean that they're going to buy it. We just saw that with the burnt all
It's
over.
not the people talking
I
about
guess the
it.
people
Breakpoint.
talking about it. We're not talking about sales. We're talking about
It doesn't-
exposure.
No, we know that. We agreed on that. My
Right,
whole point
yeah.
was that he wasn't going to boost sales. I knew he was going to grow attention. It's just that attention doesn't convert into sales.
No, yeah,
is what
that-
I was
yeah.
getting at.
No, Scorsese's not a hack, man. Come
Oh,
on. now.
dude, super hot take.
Now he's got to go to hell for that. That's New York pride right there. You don't
Come
touch
on,
that,
man.
man.
That guy,
You don't
come on,
touch
that
that
guy's a
man.
legend, man.
See the thing is
He's got a statue. Don't
guys,
touch it.
we know him and Francis Ford Coppola said some very controversial things about comic book films, but you got to see the angle where they are coming from.
Yeah,
And
they're
angle
old
they are
dudes, man.
coming from is they see it as it's destroying their ability to make films.
Because nobody cares. Everyone wants the
Nobody
big
wants-
explosions and all
Nobody
that shit.
wants to invest in people. Studios
Mhm.
don't want to invest in a film like Taxi Driver or any of the other films that they've made in their past because they're all the big studios are concerned about getting those big showy movies out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manny,
Well,
to be-
Manny, you
to
can
be
only make
fair,
you can only
to
make
be
those
fair.
kind of movies if you slap a fucking comic book character's
Yeah, you
name
just
on
gotta
it.
put a. You know what?
You-
We should just go to Francis Ford Coppola and be like, hey, listen, the next movie that you make, all you need to do is just stick a similar superhero name on top of it, and you're in your
To-
straight cash right now.
Yeah,
There
To
you go.
be fair, DJ Gian didn't say that stuff. He just said Martin Scorsese's a hack too. Maybe he just doesn't like Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Mean Streets.
Shit.
Those are
Oh,
all
Gangs
good
in New
movies. I
York.
don't know, man.
Shit.
Oh no, I agree. I love all those movies, but maybe he just doesn't like them. Maybe he's one of those people.
Oh man,
Chinatown.
You never know.
damn.
Yeah.
Chinatown's not them, not him. That's,
No, Chinatown's that's
Roman Polanski.
yeah, Polanski. Ugh.
Oh, that's another favorite. Fuck, he's crazy, but fuck that. Sweet buttermilk. God damn.
yeah. All right. Anyway, I think we're done here. Crazy show, man. Throw down. Yeah,
Yo, by the way, shout out to Glorious War, man. He's been throwing a lot of bits.
man. Shout out for the bits,
Oh,
bro.
thanks for the
Appreciate
bits.
it. Appreciate that, man. And again, I'll link you guys again. Go check out our friend Colby's stream. We're gonna be posting it right here on Throwdown when it goes live on November 2nd, which is this weekend, Saturday. It'll be a lot of fun, man. He's gonna be streaming for the kids, man. Charity. So hopefully he'll, it'll be good. So we'll spread the word. So there's the link once again. Yeah, it's fucking movie talk right now in the chat. Anyway, we're out of here, man. Thank you for watching and listening. Subscribe to Throwdown on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and the Facebooks at Throwdown Show. Links are located in the description below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
I'll see you later, guys. Also, by the way, we have a mega long episode of Throwdown Draws in the Twitch, and which will be coming to YouTube, but we're gonna probably split those apart for you guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like three drawings. If you probably looked at my Twitter, that's on out there, and you can see me draw them and listen to some fun music.
Copyrighted music.
No, it's a. I mean, unless you cut.
Just do the review. Just do the review. I'm telling you, every
Yeah,
time
yeah,
all
yeah,
the song
yeah.
comes up.
It was only video music.
You gotta find
Man,
the
you can get
elevator
away with
Google
that.
channel.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could
right.
definitely
Elevator
do it.
music.
No, he could definitely get away with it because you go to a lot of shows. So I'm pretty sure a lot of music you've heard, you've gone to one of those shows.
Most of the music that was playing on this episode was all video game music, and one was a cover. So
There you go. And you played those games.
so if anything, those are in there. Usually, video game music soundtracks do not pop the thing, except for Kingdom Hearts.
I heard Nintendo shit goes after Nintendo goes after
they
those
go
guys.
after Nintendo, but like anything, most Konami games are fine. Certain songs, songs that are off of. I did a cover of a Death Stranding song that's on there. That's from some other thing, and I tried to mention the YouTuber on that stream. So all of it's mostly just video game music that doesn't get coded. It's Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts does it the most. Mario does it. So no Super Mario theme playing on mine.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Chris Seeley,
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
Bye.
Everyone's here, man.
Everyone's
Damn.
here.
Brett Murdoch,
See it.
Adam Vale,
The new Tom Clancy series, season 2 is back. Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, start watching it. It's good.
Is that the one with Krasinski?
Yep.
Oh, I heard that was good.
Season 2 is back. Yeah.
Yeah, and
started.
of course, Mr. Brian Munjoma.
Do you want to hear some really depressing news?
No. Next.
Pokemon Go has grossed $3 billion to date.
Oh my
Damn.
God, what the fuck?
Oh shit.
Wow. Yeah, that's depressing.
Told you.
Actually, Brian, I would say that's appropriate for Halloween because it's spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll see you on Sunday. Later.
Guys.
Did you give Brett an outro?
Yes.
No. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Brett,
No,
didn't
you
I
didn't.
outro you, man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you
see,
didn't.
motherfuckers.
No, you didn't.
Really? I
Carlos,
I'm
rewind the
getting
tape.
old,
Rewind
maybe.
the tape. No,
I
I didn't
did
hear it either,
outro
Carlos.
him. He
Rewind the
confirmed
tape.
it.
Rewind the tape.
Are you crazy? We'll see
wait.
you, man.
Later, guys.
Later.
We'll debate this after the show.
You know?
Rewind the tape.